December 5th, 2025. Another day, another Russian aircraft turned into burning wreckage at a Crimean airfield. This time, Ukraine's HUR Primary Special Forces Unit destroyed a Su-24 tactical bomber, $24 to $25 million that Russia uses to hit ground targets, launch precision missiles, and conduct reconnaissance missions. The destruction of the Su-24 wasn't an isolated strike. It was the culmination of a 14-day rampage where primary operators systematically destroyed 8 high-value Russian targets across occupied Crimea. 8 targets in 2 weeks, radars obliterated, drones destroyed, military equipment annihilated. This wasn't a lucky hit or opportunistic strike. This was a sustained, methodical campaign to degrade Russian military capabilities in Crimea faster than Moscow could replace them. And the December 5th Su-24 strike sent the clearest possible message. Ukraine isn't just contesting Crimea anymore. They're systematically dismantling Russia's military infrastructure there, one precision strike at a time. The Su-24, Russia's ground attack workhorse. The Su-24, Fencer, represents decades of Soviet and Russian tactical bombing doctrine. This twin-engine variable sweep wing aircraft was designed for one primary mission: penetrate enemy air defenses at low altitude and high speed, deliver precision strikes on ground targets, and get out before defenses can react. It's not a dogfighter meant for air-to-air combat. It's a bomber, a platform for destroying ground targets, command posts, logistics hubs, and infrastructure. Specifications that matter: maximum speed, Mach 1.35, over 1,000 miles per hour at altitude. Range, 1,600 kilometers with external fuel tanks. Payload, 8,000 kilograms of bombs, missiles, and rockets crew. 2. Pilot and weapons systems officer. Cost, $24 to $25 million per aircraft. Russia has used Su-24S extensively throughout the Ukraine war for strikes against frontline positions, logistics networks, and infrastructure targets. The aircraft can carry precision-guided missiles, laser-guided bombs, and conventional munitions. Its low-altitude penetration capability makes it valuable for missions where air superiority isn't guaranteed. Exactly the situation Russia faces in contested Ukrainian airspace. Destroying one doesn't just eliminate a physical asset worth $25 million. It removes operational capability that Russia needs desperately. The ability to conduct precision strikes on Ukrainian positions from aircraft that can penetrate at low altitude and evade some air defense systems. Every Su-24 Ukraine destroys forces Russia to either risk more expensive aircraft like Su-34S or reduce sortie rates due to limited availability. And on December 5th, Ukraine turned another Su-24 into scrap metal while it sat defenseless on the ground. The 14-day Crimea destruction spree. The Su-24 strike wasn't an isolated event. It was the 8th high-value target destroyed by HUR primary forces in just 14 days. Let's break down what Ukraine systematically dismantled. Target 1. Antenna and radio-transparent dome. These specialized antennas are used for secure military communications and coordination. Destroying one disrupts command and control networks that Russian forces depend on for coordinating operations across Crimea. Without reliable communications, units operate blind and coordination breaks down. Target 2, 39 and 6. Kasta 2E2 radar station. This is a mobile early warning radar system designed to detect aircraft, cruise missiles, and other aerial threats at long range. The Kasta 2E2 provides the early detection that allows air defense systems to prepare for incoming threats. Destroying it creates a blind spot in Russian air defense coverage, a gap Ukrainian strike packages can exploit. Target 3, Orion UAV Inokodets type reconnaissance drone. Russia's Orion is a medium-altitude long-endurance, male, reconnaissance and strike drone. Basically, Russia's attempt to build something comparable to American Predator or Reaper drones. These systems cost millions of dollars and provide intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities Russia desperately needs. Destroying one eliminates Russian eyes over Ukrainian-controlled territory and disrupts intelligence gathering that informs Russian targeting. Targets 4 and 5, 248 Y6K-1 Podlet radar stations. The Podlet is a low-altitude radar designed specifically to detect aircraft, helicopters, and cruise missiles flying at low altitude to avoid detection by higher-altitude radars. These systems are critical for defending against exactly the kind of low-flying drone and missile strikes Ukraine conducts. Destroying 2 of them in 14 days creates massive gaps in Russia's ability to detect incoming threats. Target 6, military freight train. Trains are critical to Russia's logistics networks. They move ammunition, fuel, equipment, and supplies from mainland Russia to forces in occupied territories. Destroying a military freight train doesn't just eliminate whatever cargo it was carrying. It disrupts rail operations, forces rerouting, and creates logistics bottlenecks that ripple through Russian supply chains. Target 7, Ural logistics truck. These heavy-duty military trucks transport supplies, ammunition, and equipment across occupied territories. Destroying one might seem less dramatic than hitting radars or aircraft, but logistics trucks are the arteries of military operations. Cut enough arteries, and the body dies. Target 8, Su-24 tactical bomber, the December 5th crown jewel, a $25 million strike aircraft that will never drop another bomb on Ukrainian positions, never launch another missile, never conduct another reconnaissance mission. 8 targets, 14 days. Systematic destruction of Russian military capabilities across multiple categories: aircraft, radars, drones, communications, and logistics. This wasn't random striking of targets of opportunity. This was a coordinated campaign designed to degrade Russian operations across every domain simultaneously. The primary doctrine: how to dismantle an occupation. The HUR Primary, Phantom Special Forces Unit, has developed an operational doctrine that's proving devastatingly effective. Identify high-value targets. Surveil them continuously. Strike when vulnerable. Move to the next target before Russia can adapt. The intelligence preparation for these strikes is extraordinary. Ukraine needs to know exact locations of radars, aircraft, drones, and equipment. Operational patterns when systems are active, when personnel are present, defensive vulnerabilities, gaps in air defense coverage, blind spots in surveillance. Optimal strike timing to maximize damage and minimize risk of interception. This level of intelligence suggests multiple sources working in coordination. Satellite reconnaissance tracking equipment movements. Signals intelligence intercepting Russian communications about deployments and operations. Potentially human sources on the ground providing real-time updates, all synthesized into targeting packages that primary operators execute with devastating precision. The strike tempo matters as much as individual successes. 8 targets in 14 days means Russia is dealing with a major strike every 1.75 days on average. That's not enough time to fully assess damage, implement countermeasures, and secure other vulnerable assets before the next strike lands. Russian commanders are constantly reacting rather than proactively defending, and reactive defense is always less effective than proactive security. The economic and operational math. Let's calculate what Ukraine destroyed in 14 days. Su-24 bomber, $24 to $25 million. Orion reconnaissance drone, $3 to $5 million, 39 and 6. Casta-2E2 radar, $5 to $8 million, 248 YA 6K1. Podlet radars, $8 to $12 million total. Military freight train with cargo, $2 to $5 million, communications antenna and equipment. $2 to $4 million Ural logistics truck, $100,000 to $200,000. Total estimated damage, $44 to $59 million in 14 days. That's approximately $3 to $4 million per day in destroyed Russian military equipment and capabilities. But the real cost to Russia extends beyond immediate replacement values. Lost operational capability while systems are replaced. Disrupted logistics networks affecting broader operations. Degraded intelligence gathering from destroyed reconnaissance assets. Psychological impact on Russian forces who realize their equipment is vulnerable anywhere in Crimea. And what did these strikes cost Ukraine? Long-range drones probably cost $50,000 to $200,000 each, depending on sophistication. Even if Ukraine used 20 drones over 14 days at $200,000 each, $4 million total, they destroyed $45 to $60 million in Russian assets. That's a cost exchange ratio of roughly 11:1 to 15:1 in Ukraine's favor. From pure economics, Ukraine can sustain this campaign indefinitely, as long as they can produce or acquire drones. And the strategic benefits, degraded Russian capabilities, disrupted operations, psychological pressure, are worth far more than the dollar values suggest. The message Russia can't ignore. 8 targets destroyed in 14 days sends multiple messages that echo across every Russian military installation in Crimea. To Russian air defense operators, your systems can't protect against Ukrainian strikes. 8 successful strikes in 2 weeks proves your defenses have critical gaps or vulnerabilities that Ukraine knows how to exploit. To Russian pilots and logistics personnel, your aircraft and equipment aren't safe anywhere in Crimea. Park your bomber at an airfield and it might explode overnight. Load supplies on a train and it might get struck before reaching its destination. To Russian commanders, you're losing assets faster than you can replace them. The verdict: Crimea under siege. December 5th's Su-24 strike capped a 14-day period where Ukraine's primary special forces systematically dismantled Russian military capabilities across Crimea. 8 high-value targets destroyed, 45 to 60 million in equipment and capabilities eliminated. Russian air defenses proven inadequate to prevent strikes on critical assets. The campaign demonstrates that Ukraine isn't just surviving. They're conducting offensive operations that degrade Russian military power faster than Moscow can reconstitute it. If this breakdown of Ukraine's systematic destruction campaign fascinated you, hit that like button and subscribe for more analysis of special operations reshaping the war. Drop a comment. Can Russia defend Crimea against this sustained assault? Let's discuss.